What's up, guys? It's TechnoViking23 coming to you today with a little bit of Mass Effect Andromeda news. And in the background, you can see the new Mass Effect Andromeda trailer that they released yesterday on N7 Day. Seems to be very dramatic with a lot of jump cuts running around, showing a lot of chaos happening when the ship, the ARC ship Hyperion, first arrives into the Andromeda Galaxy, or on the outskirts of the Andromeda Galaxy. So yesterday in 7-Day, they released a bunch of information in addition to this new trailer. There was also an Andromeda Initiative briefing trailer that I will show here later in this video. There was a lot of stuff actually that came out yesterday in various articles about the actual game in terms of details, and a little bit on the story, which I'm going to cover in a separate video because there's a lot of interesting story details, and I want to kind of do a video where I'm going to weave it into the Mass Effect trilogy and talk about how it kind of parallels that and where it sort of differentiates from it. There's some interesting things about the story that I'm not super excited about in terms of how it's related to the rest of the lore of the Mass Effect universe, but we will get into that. But basically, that whole arc theory everyone had about it going on between Mass Effect 3 with escaping the Reapers has been shown to be completely false. There's really no relation at all from Andromeda's story to the original Mass Effect trilogy, and that kind of bums me out a little bit, and I'll be doing a separate video about the story of Andromeda to kind of talk about that. But we got some interesting details yesterday about the game. The main character is going to be the son or daughter of this Ryder character who is an N7, and through some of the things I've read about him so far, he is actually one of the first characters in the lore who went through the Charon relay that was found outside of Pluto after humanity discovered the Prothean technology on Mars. So he is sort of woven into the prior lore of the other games, and you're going to be playing his son or daughter. So the main characters will be brother and sister. In terms of the way the story is kind of going to start, there's 4 different arcs that are going to be setting out for Andromeda. I'll go over the other main story details later in another video. But we did get a quick glimpse of some vehicles. There's going to be the Nomad ND1, which appears to be this new revamped version of the Mako. There's also going to be the Tempest space exploration ship, which appears to be sort of another Normandy almost. It has a different design, but still has a lot of similarities. There is a new alien race, which is going to be called the Ket, which you do get a glimpse of in the trailer. So that's kind of cool. There's going to be a new race, although I wasn't really super excited about their design. So far, they've actually already offered pre-orders for this game, which is going to be a separate video I'm going to do because the pricing on them seems to be a little bit insane. The pre-orders range from $59.99 to $99.99, which is a pretty big difference, and you really don't get a whole lot for them, and that's something I'm going to cover in another video. But for as of right now, I really would hold off on pre-ordering Mass Effect Andromeda. Doesn't seem like it's a smart decision at this point. There's some other information, some other tidbits that came out. They are going for more of an action-oriented game, which is something, this is a whole other video I'm going to do when I talk about the way the devs were talking about this. They're getting rid of a lot of things that people know and love from the Mass Effect trilogy, and they're going for more of an action-oriented experience versus, I'm guessing, the whole RPG and the pausing and the having abilities. They are completely getting rid of the Paragon Renegade system, so people don't have to worry about making choices anymore. And again, this is going to lead into another video I'm going to do for this. But overall, I got to be honest, I was a little bit bummed out by some of the information that came across. The trailer really didn't impress me all that much. It didn't wow me. The 4K demo they did a couple months ago didn't really wow me. And my hype is now a little tempered for this game, especially because of some of the things the developers were saying in some interviews they did with some of the gaming magazines, which, like I said, I'm going to have a whole bunch of Andromeda videos coming this week that I really want to go into more detail on a lot of this stuff. Because quite honestly, I'm losing a little bit of hype for this game. I was really, really excited for Andromeda, but after reading a lot of what some of the devs are talking about, I'm backing off a little bit. But I'll definitely cover that in some other videos. But honestly, like I said, not really super impressed with what they came out with on N7 Day. Usually you expect to get a little bit more information, but BioWare and EA have been very, very tight-lipped about Andromeda and the details on it. And one other detail I did want to talk about is this is going to be an Origin game, which that kind of sucks because, as you guys know, I'm not a huge fan of EA Origin. and I know many of you are not either. I actually did a video when I first got on YouTube about how bad Origin was, about getting hacked and you get it locked out of your account, and it's just an awful system. So that was definitely something I was not too excited to hear. But either way, Mass Effect Andromeda will be coming for Xbox One, PlayStation 4, and PC. They still did not announce a release date. Most are speculating it will be towards the end of March of 2017, but we don't have any concrete information on that just yet. Anyways, guys, let me know what you thought about the Mass Effect Andromeda trailer that came out on N7 Day. Let me know what you thought about some of the other information that was released. And stay tuned for some more videos coming. I have another 2 or 3 coming on the news that came out on N7 Day that I'm going to go into a little bit more detail with. And yeah, so it's going to be interesting. So anyways, guys, that's going to do it for this video. Hope you enjoyed it. Hope you guys are having a great day. Thanks as always for watching, and I'll see you again next time.